The Constitution of India, Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Hi everyone. In today's class, we will learn about eight phenomena without which our life would not have been the way it is today. A phenomena experienced by all objects. A phenomena which fascinated great scientists like Newton and Einstein. A phenomena which triggered just by the fall of an apple in England a few years back. Yes, it is gravity. So, we are moving on to the next chapter, gravitation. You all know who discovered gravitational force? Yes, Sir Isaac Newton. That story also you will be familiar. Like once he was sitting in a garden, an apple fell on his head. He thought, why this apple is coming down? And later, he proved that gravitation or gravitational force is attracting all the object towards its center. Imagine you are throwing a stone upwards. What will happen after some time? When it reaches a particular height, the stone comes back, isn't it? Whether the speed of the stone is same in both the situations? No, the speed of the stone will be greater when it is coming down. What is the reason for that? Because Earth is attracting all the objects towards its center. This is known as force of gravity. Once again, all objects are attracted towards the center of the earth. This force is known as force of gravity. Can you give me some instances where this force of gravity is felt? Yes, a mango falling from a mango tree, artificial satellites revolving around the earth, an object in our hand falls down when it is released, raindrops falling down are certain examples. Okay, now we will see some factors or we will discuss about the factors that affect this force of attraction. Now consider two stones, one of lower mass and another of higher mass. Okay, so now you are having two stones, one of lower mass and another of higher mass. And you are suspending it using a spring balance. Can you tell me which spring balance shows greater reading? Yes, the spring balance in which big stone is hung, isn't it? Why does the spring elongate? Spring elongates. That is the reason why it is showing the reading, isn't it? Why the spring is elongating? Because Earth is attracting that object towards its center. Okay, so in these two situations, to which stone the Earth is attracting more, or the force of attraction is greater for which stone? Stone of higher mass. Isn't it? That is the reason why the stone or the spring balance shows a greater reading. Is it clear? That is the reason why the spring balance shows a greater reading. So one of the factors affecting the force of attraction is mass. Is it clear? Now, every object attracts each other. Even the board is attracting me, the sun is attracting me, earth is attracting the moon, so on. Okay, so the other factor affecting the force of attraction is the distance between the objects. Is it clear? So based on these two factors, Newton formulated a law known as universal law of gravitation. Universal law of gravitation. In this law, he explains this law like this: all objects in the universe attract each other with a force. All objects in the universe attract each other with a force. M1 and M2 are two objects of different masses and they are separated by a distance d. So what happens? There is a force of attraction between these two objects, isn't it? As I told, all objects in the universe attract each other with a force. So there is a force of attraction between these two objects, and we can write that as F proportional to M1 M2. Okay, the force of attraction is directly proportional to the product of their masses. Product of their masses, M1 into M2. Okay, what does directly proportional means? That is, when mass increases, gravitational force of attraction also increases. Is it clear? Now, what is the relation between distance and force of attraction? That is, force of attraction is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, 1 by d square. Okay, F proportional to 1 by d square. That is, F is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. That is, inversely proportional means, that is, when distance increases, force of attraction decreases. Is it clear? So combining these two formulas, we can write it as F proportional to M1 M2 by d square. Okay, F proportional to M1 M2 by d square. We have to remove this proportionality sign. As we were discussing second law of motion, we came across such a situation, isn't it? F proportional to MA, and we have wrote F is equal to KMA, where K is the proportionality constant, isn't it? The same way, we have to remove this proportionality sign, so we can write it as F is equal to G into M1 M2 by d square. Okay, F is equal to G into M1 M2 by d square, where G is known as the gravitational constant. Okay, G is known as the gravitational constant, and the value of G is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Nm square by kg square. Okay, G is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Nm square by kg square. Newton meter square by kilogram square. So you have to study this value. Okay, and this value was found out by a scientist known as Henry Cavendish. Okay, Henry Cavendish found out the value of G numerically. So what is universal law of gravitation? All objects in the universe attracts each other with a force. This force is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Once again, every object in the universe attracts each other with a force. This force is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, F is equal to G m1 m2 by d square. This is a very important formula. Okay, you will be having problems based on this. And what is the unit of force? Unit of force is Newton. Is it clear? That is, from this law we can understand that as mass increases, force of attraction increases, and as distance increases, what happens? Force of attraction decreases. Okay, look at this question. Here, two masses are given, m1 and m2 are given. Distance is also there. You have to find out the force of attraction. Okay, so here m1 is equal to 5, m2 10. Distance is 2. How will you find out the force of attraction? F is equal to G. G into, that is G into, what is M1? 5 into 10 by, what is D? D is 2. So, 2 square. Okay, that is G into 50 by 4. Okay, what is G into 50 by 4? 50 divided by 4, it is 12.5. So, G into 12.5. Okay, so you can, now you don't want to multiply the value of G here. Okay, just you can substitute G. Now, one of the mass is doubled. For example, now M1 is 5. When you double that mass, what happens? It becomes 10. Okay, so here 10. M2 is same 10, 2. So how much will be the force of attraction here? G into 10 into 10 by 2 square. Okay, what is 10 into 10? G into 100 by 4, which is equal to G into 25. Okay, see here, when one of the mass is doubled, what happens to the force of attraction? It was 12.5, isn't it? Now it is 25. So when one of the mass is doubled, force of attraction also get doubled. Okay, so we are comparing it with the first one. Okay, if first one item number you compare next step is we are going to double the masses, both the masses. നേരത്തെ നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരെണ്ണം മാത്രമേ ഡബിൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നുള്ളൂ അല്ലേ? ഇനി രണ്ട് മാസം ഡബിൾ ചെയ്യാൻ പോവാണ്. Okay, so here 5 becomes 10 and M2 is 10. When you double that, it becomes 20. Distance is same. What happens? G into 10 into 20 by 2 square. Okay, so G into 200 by 4. What is 200 divided by 4? 50. G into 50. Okay, so here what happens when both the masses are doubled? Compare it with first. When both the masses are doubled, how much times the force of attraction increases? Initially it was 12.5. Now it is 50. So how many times it has increased? It has increased by 4 times. Okay, so we can tell when both the masses are doubled, gravitational force increases by 4 times or it increases 4 times. മനസ്സിലാവുന്നുണ്ടോ? രണ്ട് മാസം ഡബിൾ ആയി കഴിഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ എത്രയായി? ഗ്രാവിറ്റേഷണൽ ഫോഴ്സ് എത്ര ഇരട്ടിയായി? 4 ഇരട്ടിയായി. Is it clear? What we are going to do is we are going to increase the distance. That is, we are doubling the distance. So same value itself. 5, M2 is 10, distance is 4. Okay, we have double the distance. Now what happens? G into 5 into 10 by 4 square. That is G into 50 by 60. G into 3.12. When you double the distance, what happens to the gravitational force? When you double the distance, gravitational force becomes 1/4. Okay, 1/4 ആയിട്ട് കുറഞ്ഞു. Clear ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ? അപ്പോൾ what we have understood now, when you increase the mass, gravitational force increases. When you increase the distance, gravitational force decreases. When you double the distance, gravitational force decreases by 4 times. Now we can decrease the distance. Okay, so 5, 10. Now the distance is 1. Distance half ആക്കിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. So what happens? G into 5 into 10 by 1 square, which is equal to G into 50 by 1, which is equal to G into 50. Okay, so here when the distance is halved, gravitational force increases by 4 times. Okay, when we decrease, when the distance is halved, gravitational force increases by 4 times. In this case, distance is 10, 20 and distance is 1. Okay, so G into 10 into 20 by 1 square is equal to G into 200 by 1, which is equal to G into 200. Is it clear? So from this we can conclude that when one of the mass is doubled, gravitational force also get doubled. Okay, when both the masses are doubled, gravitational force increases by 4 times. When the distance is halved, gravitational force increases 4 times. Okay, so from this we can conclude as mass increases, gravitational force increases. As distance increases, gravitational force decreases. We will solve one problem. Okay, a child of mass 40 kg is sitting at a distance of 1 meter from another child of mass 50 kg. Calculate the gravitational force of attraction between them. So if you get a question like this, what do you have to do? First, write down the values given there. Okay, so a child of mass 40 kg, you can write m1 is equal to 40 kg. Okay, next, he is sitting at a distance of 1 meter from another child of mass 50 kg. So m2 is equal to 50 kg. And they are separated by a distance d is equal to 1 meter. So what do you have to find out? You have to find out the gravitational force of attraction. That is, F is equal to G into m1 m2 by d square. Okay, now we can substitute the values. What is the value of G? 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into, what is m1? 40 into 50 by 1 square. Okay, so what you have to do? You have to multiply 6.67 into 40 into 50. Okay, ഈ 10 raised to എന്നുള്ള ടേം അവിടെ നിർത്തുക, ബാക്കിയുള്ള ടേംസ് മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യുക. Okay, and you will get the answer as 13340. Okay, 13340. What is remaining there? 10 raised to minus 11. So into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton. Okay, so you have to write in terms of 10 raised to minus 11. So 10 raised to minus 11 means 1 by 10 raised to 11 or 13340 divided by എത്ര എഴുതണം? 1 എഴുതിയിട്ട് 11 zeros ഇടണം. അപ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെ വരും? അതിനെ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് see here 1 2 3 4 5 digits are there അല്ലേ? ഡെസിമൽ പോയിന്റ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് 11 digits വേണം. 10 raised to minus 11 എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഡെസിമൽ പോയിന്റ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് 11 digits. So already 5 is here. So ബാക്കി zeros ഇടാം. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then 13340 Newton. Okay, so see this value? This is a very small force. Okay, this much force is a small force. That is the reason these two students are sitting at a distance of 1 meter. Okay, 1 meter ദൂരത്താണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നതെങ്കിലും ആ ഫോഴ്സ് ഓഫ് അട്രാക്ഷൻ അവർക്ക് ഫീൽ ചെയ്യാത്ത എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്? ബിക്കോസ് ദാറ്റ് ഫോഴ്സ് ഇസ് വെരി സ്മോൾ. Is it clear? There is a reason why that force of attraction is not felt. So, what all things we have discussed today? We discussed about force of gravity, then universal law of gravitation, the factors affecting the force of attraction, that is the mass and the distance, and the formula for calculating the gravitational force, that is F is equal to gm1m2 by d square. And we have also done some problems related to that formula. Okay, I hope you all understood what is taken today. So go through the class. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, so now focus on your exams. Study nicely and all the best for your exams. Okay, see you all in the next class with a new topic. Bye.